let me teach you how to be mysterious. Let's get into it. Have you ever met a person and you just keep wondering, like, what is he thinking? Like, what is she going to do next? Like, you just can't fathom what the person is going to do next. You just can't think of the person's next line of action because of how mysterious that person seems. Well, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to master that. So if that's something you're interested in, just stay here and I'm gonna walk you through it bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. This is where you So you want to have a mysterious aura. You want to leave people wondering, what's she thinking? You want to have people wondering, oh my God, what's his next plan? You want people wondering, what is he thinking about? Well, I got news for you. This is that video. So stay tuned and let's develop that aura, that. You know what I mean? Have you ever met a person and you just can't think of the person's next line of action? Like you just can't predict what the person is going to say or how the person is going to act next because of how mysterious that person is. Well, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you the art of mystery. Like I'm going to be like being mysterious is literally an art. Like it's so artistic. I don't know. There's just something about people that are mysterious that just gets to me. Like the fact that I don't know what you're thinking just keeps me on my toes. Like I want to know what you're going to do next. I want to know what you're going to say next. I literally want to tear their brain open. Okay, that's super. But I literally want to see inside their brain and see what they're thinking. What is going on upstairs? Well, if that is something that intrigues you as much as it does me, then in this video, I'm going to be teaching you the art of mystery. Like the art of mystery. What's mystery in French? Le art. I know they is le. So let's say le art, le mystery. Don't correct me. I'm not good at French. I've met somebody like that, right? Like she is so unpredictable and it keeps me on my toes because I don't know what she's going to say next. I don't know. I have no idea what she's thinking. She has this aura of mystery, you know. She's just so mysterious, and I'm telling you, for a girl, I find that so interesting. I'm going to be teaching you how to be the most mysterious person in the room. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. Being mysterious is good for so many reasons. Number one, you keep people out of your business, and that is the most important. When you're mysterious, nobody knows your next move. Nobody knows what you're thinking upstairs. Nobody knows your plan. Thus, nobody can wish you bad. No bad belly, no bad energy. Nobody can talk you out of your dreams. Yeah. All of that happens when you're mysterious. So let me teach you how to be mysterious. Let's get into it. You ready? Okay, first of all, a lot of people are saying that my videos are not very long. Like it's very limited. Like the time is really short and you would want it to go for a longer duration. But here's my thoughts. If I can get it across to you in a minute, I would do it. I try to make my video as straight to the point as possible without beating around the bush. So you don't get bored and, exit the video or, all of that. So yeah, I prefer to keep my videos short and interesting rather than long and boring. Does it make sense? Of course it does. Number one, I always write down my YouTube videos. Like, I don't know how people just come up. I always write down my thoughts. If you see me making a video on YouTube, it has been carefully planned, carefully researched. Okay, I'm drilling off, but like if you see my video on YouTube, don't just think that I come and set the camera and start talking. Well, sometimes I do for shorts and Instagram, but for YouTube, I like to make my research so that whatever I'm telling you here is something that's backed up and something that's solid and something that will definitely work. So I don't just come up here and just say a bunch of nonsense and then it's not helpful. So yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Number one on my list is that you want to keep a low profile. In order for you to be that girl or that guy of mystery, you have to keep a really low profile. I'm not saying that you don't hang out with people or you don't go to chill or you don't talk or you become an introvert. Don't quote me wrong. Permit me to say that mystery is a part of dignity. Like when you're mysterious, it makes you seem so dignified. I don't know. There's just something about mysterious people. I don't know. It's just so interesting. It's just how do I put it? It gets me so interested and so hooked. I'm telling you, one of my favorite person ever is just so much for mystery. Like you can just be sitting with this girl, like she's really quiet, right? But you guys can just be sitting together and she suddenly just says something, and I'm like, what did you eat today? Like, like why are you talking today? I don't understand. Like I thought you were mute because I don't know. Mystery is just so it keeps people on their toes and it keeps people so interested in you. And I know what you're going to say. It's not a movie. You don't want people interested in you, but like you don't. It's like you don't understand what I'm saying. It's okay. Imagine this. If you've met me, I'm like that too. Well, I want to go deeper into this mystery thing. But like, if you've met me, you know that I'm so unpredictable. Today I can be all over the place and joking around, and you feel like I'm having such a good time. But the next time you won't even see me because I'm not gonna be there. I'm like, nah, you've seen enough of me. I'm sorry. You have to maintain some mystery by not revealing too much. I've met people who, in one sitting, tell you everything about their life. Like they just walk around and there's just no mystery. I know everything about you from your head to your toe, and it's just so boring. Like, if you meet a person and everybody everywhere knows their business, then like, what is that? Why is okay? That? So I think I've been in college here for like 3 years. Okay, 2 years. 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years in a couple of months. And the other day I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I said something about my family, and she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "I would never know. Like, if I had not said it to her, she would have never been able to guess." And I was not surprised because it's something that people have said to me so many times. What I mean by maintaining a low profile is that you don't reveal too much about yourself or your activities. Like you know me, but you don't know everything about me. I've met people who, if you want to know anything, literally anything about them, just ask one person around them and you would find out literally everything about them. Like, why is that? Withholding details make people want to know more about you. Like here's an example. Some time ago, I was talking to some friends of mine, right? And they were talking about football and like sports and all the sports they do. And they asked me, and I was like, "Oh, I play football." And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I play football." And that was the end of it. That was the end of it. Now they're going to be thinking, how does she play football? Why is she lying? Why does she play football? Since when did she play football? But I actually play football. It's been a really long time. Those people who know me in high school know that I literally only played football. Football was the only game, the only sport I would willingly play because I hated sports. So, like, leave some mystery. Don't just reveal everything about literally any information, every opportunity you get. If they ask you what's your name, oh, my name is Mary Jane. End of story. My name is Mary Jane. My parents wanted to, like, the next thing you want to do is to speak sparingly. Like you want to speak a little. Like you don't want to be the person who is always talking in the midst of people. In every sitting, it's only your voice that they are hearing. You're literally the only person who always has something to say. In order for you to be a person of mystery, you need to speak less. Like just say the necessary things and leave it at that. You want to choose your words carefully, like carefully think about what you're about to say. Am I going to regret this? Especially when you're in the midst of people who you're not sure where they stand in your life. You want to speak very, very carefully. You want to pick your words and the information you reveal very, very, very carefully. This is very important. Think it through. What I do sometimes, I want to say something and I'm not sure if I should say it or not. Before I open my mouth, I just count to five. Like, okay, if I count to five and I still feel like I should say it, I go ahead and say it. But if before I count to five, I just don't feel like saying it anymore, I won't say it because it's not composure. When you speak sparingly, you find out that save yourself a lot of trouble. People who speak a lot tend to find themselves in situations where they even have to lie because you've said so much and you don't have anything else to say. So you just start bringing unnecessary lies. I've come across people like that. Because of how much information they are willing to share, there's suddenly no more information for them to share. And they start lying. And, it's just how it is. So, like, in order for you to avoid such situations, you want to speak sparingly. Carefully think of the words that are about to come out of your mouth. Like, run it through your brain before you say it out. Because once you've put information out there, it's impossible for you to take it back in. Once you have said it out, you might go and tell people that is a lie, but like they've already gotten the information in their head and it's almost impossible for you to take it back. So the best thing you can do is to carefully think about it before you say it out. That's the best you can do for yourself. Also, you want to speak in a measured tone. Like, don't always be shouting and all over the place. I'm not saying you should be mumbling and be speaking in tones that people can't hear you. No, it's like you just speak in a very measured tone. Your voice is not all over the place. You're not always the loudest in the room. I'm not saying you can't joke and laugh around. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in situations where you're surrounded by people whom you're unsure of, and if you want to have that mysterious aura, you want to speak in a very, very measured and calm tone and leave people intrigued about the things you don't say. Do you understand what I'm saying? Instead of them to be intrigued by what you say, leave them guessing about the things you don't say because they just can't seem to understand you. Because, like, you're mysterious. The next thing you want to do is be enigmatic. I love that word. You want to be enigmatic in order for you to maintain a mysterious aura. How? By dropping cryptic hints and giving ambiguous statements. Just dropping ambiguous statements here and there that will leave people wondering, like, really? Then what happens next? Then what? If she said this, then that means that. Not because you said it, but because they're just thinking about it. They are not sure of anything they are saying. You just dropped them, all those vague information, all those, they just have this idea. It's just an idea. They're not sure about anything. Because why? Because you're a person of mystery. Being a person of mystery just saves you a lot of trouble, saves you a lot of stress, saves you from a lot of regrets. Yeah. You drop statements that make people curious, but you don't reveal too much. Take, for instance, when I say I love piercings, right? But I don't have any piercings. I say I love piercings, but I don't have any piercings. So now you're thinking, really, does she have a piercing hidden somewhere? Or why does she not have a piercing? Is it because of her home? Is it because of her family? Do you understand? Like, it's so ambiguous. You just can't ascertain exactly what I mean by that. So yeah, you want to be very enigmatic when you speak. This next point is very, very essential in order for you to achieve the being a mysterious person. You want to embrace solitude. You want to embrace peace and quiet, not always being noisy and all over the place. You want to embrace that quiet time. Once in a while, you withdraw from social interactions. Now, take my word that I say once in a while. I didn't say you shouldn't hang out with people or go to social events. What I mean is, once in a while, just withdraw from those gatherings and have your solitude, have your time. This will heighten the allure of your presence when you actually decide to hang out or engage with your peers, social events, or whatever. Because, like, okay, they're seeing you right now, but they don't know if you're going to be there next week. I've met people who, like, they're literally everywhere. Everywhere you go, you're going to see them. Every event you attend, you're going to meet these people. Like, don't you have a life? Like, don't you have anything better to do? In order for you to achieve that mysterious persona, you have to learn to embrace silence. Not always being loud and all over the place. Rather, you have this time for yourself where it's just you and your solitude. You have this sort of quiet confidence because obviously you have nothing to prove. It's just your personality. Does that make sense? Of course it does. I know what you're thinking, Mary Jane, oil is too much in your head. I know. The next point is very important, and I feel like this particular one, everybody needs to hear it. You have to maintain composure. Like, be calm in situations. Hey, God. I've been in situations where people expect me to react and be shouting and be mad and upset, but my reaction is just, and they go mad, they go bonkers. Cause like they expect me to like jump and be like, oh my god, how dare you? Rather, I'm just like, hmm. And it drives people crazy because they just can't predict my emotions. They cannot predict my reaction to certain things. And that, my friend, that is mystery for you. That is the power of mystery. Once you've mastered being composed in situations that require or situations that test your patience, I'm telling you, you've won. In order for you to be a person of mystery, you have to practice maintaining your composure. You know, when people are trying to get on your nerves, you don't let them. When people are expecting you to be crazily like upset, you don't let them. You don't give that satisfaction. That is mystery. I would say that not all things require a reaction. You have to carefully think about it. Should I react to this? Does this need a reaction from me? And if it does not, don't react. You know, when you stay calm in situations that's actually testing your patience, it actually adds mystique to your demeanor. You know, like, yeah, I know you want me to be mad, but I'm not going to be mad today. Why? Because I'm mysterious. Period. Okay, this one, please hold your ears. Like, if you're trying to achieve a mysterious personality, hold your ears for this one. Sorry, I think my earring is stuck. Okay, I fixed it. So this particular one, listen more than you speak. Listen more to what people have to say other than having a lot to say to people to listen. Does that make sense? I feel like I should have phrased that better. But like, you want to listen more and talk less. This will do you a lot of good, more than even just being mysterious. Because you get to find out people, you just find out that people lay out all their cards out there, right? People just lay out all their cards, and all you're showing them is the back of yours. Like, so what are you gonna do? So you want to listen more to what people have to say. You have to pay attention. You have to just, listen to everything they are saying and say only things you've carefully thought about. That way, you are ruling the conversation. Because I know what you're thinking. I heard what you started with. So, like, yeah, it's just I don't know how to explain this to you, but yeah, just listen more to what people have to say other than say exactly what's on your mind. Yeah, it just gives you charge over your interaction with people, because often than not, people say their thoughts. People end up slipping up and saying things that they wouldn't say on a normal day. Like, allow people to say everything they want to say, right? You just reveal the basic and the only things you want to reveal about yourself. Allow them to fill in the blanks about you. Yeah, it may be right, it may be wrong. Let them. That is the joy of mystery, because they're not sure of what they are saying. They're just going to say it. Go on. Say what you want to say, but it's not right. But go on. Let me tell you something. People must not always know what you're thinking. Mm-mm. They must not know. It is not compulsory that people know what you're thinking. Yes. So, like, just reveal a little about yourself and let them fill in the rest from their imagination. Meanwhile, you know the real thing, you know your thoughts. That way, you see that you're very productive and you're able to go about your business in silence. My favorite one, be unpredictable. Like, you don't want people to predict your next move. You want to, like, just see your conversation with people like a game of chess. You don't want them to predict your next move. You don't want them to predict your next frame of thoughts. Yes, that is the beauty of mystery. You want to, just Once in a while, do things you feel like doing. The rest of the time, the other 99% of the time, do things you've carefully thought about. Especially when you're in the midst of people that you're not sure where they stand in your life. I keep saying this because, like, I am very close to my family, and when I'm with my family, I'm a completely different person. If you've been around me when I'm with my family, you will not believe I'm the same person. I've had people come up to me and say, I never knew you could talk for this long. Because if you don't know me, if you meet me outside, you will think I hate people. Like, you will think I'm totally unapproachable. And I like that. But when you see me in the midst of people I'm used to, people I actually trust, you would never ever believe I'm the same person. And that is mystery for you. Keep people guessing by occasionally defying expectations. This adds an element of intrigue to your personality or your persona, so to say. Like, people don't know your next action, they don't know your line of thought. It's just so interesting, it's so intriguing. Like, what is she going to do next? Not because you're crazy, but because you're mysterious. Clap for me. Lastly, don't explain yourself. Mysterious people do not explain themselves. Like me, for instance, I don't owe you an explanation. If I say what I say, it means I said what I said. Plain and simple. Take it and go. You don't have to explain yourself in every situation. As I said, information about you should be on a need to know basis. If you did not take anything from this video, take that information about you, your business, should be on a need to know basis. Don't give it for free. Like, if you want to know something about me, it should be something you absolutely need to know if we're that close. Otherwise, like, there's no point of you trying to find that out, because you're not going to find out about me. People who know all of my business are people I trust. And if the people I trust don't trust you, you're not going to know my business. That's just that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, kindly check out my other videos which are equally interesting, and remember to subscribe so you get notified when I post. I post every Monday and you're going to love it here. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye. The way you act.